Welcome to Megabox Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today we got some quickie news for fans and collectors of the Walking Dead comic. Now, this has to do with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive and also the Megabox. Now, we'll get all the details out of the way, and then we'll jump right into some thoughts and opinions, because I see the fan base is split, maybe not down the middle, but it's definitely split over this release. First off, it's a 4-pack set. Well, there's two things going into this one set, so bear with me. It's a 4-pack set that is going to include Michonne, Rick, SHIVA for the first time, and then Ezekiel. Now, you could get two versions, the color and then the color with blood splatter. And there's no word yet if you can buy it online, but so far it is a San Diego set, so you have to get it there in person at the convention. Sometimes they offer them for sale online. We don't know that yet. Alright, so it's $100 for the 4-pack. It's a G.I. Joe crossover with The Walking Dead, and it has retro G.I. Joe cards. It comes in a case with really cool artwork, and then inside the case it comes with individually packaged the 4 figures with their own blister card. Is that what it is? The retro look of the G.I. Joe crossover with The Walking Dead. And then the 5th figure that goes along with the SHIVA Force set, but it's not included. You can't buy it with it. You need to get him, this is Jesus, in the Megabox, which again, you'll have a color version and then a color with blood splatter. And that you can order now, and it will be here by the end of the month, I believe, because it is the June box. I believe they're going to start sending that out soon. So you'll get the Jesus first in the Megabox, and then next month for San Diego Comic-Con, you either pick it up or order the 4-pack set. I think that's all the information. If I did miss some information, I will put a link down in the video description so you can go and read this for yourself. But as far as the thoughts and opinions on this set, when I first saw the commercial, I thought, no, keep kids away from The Walking Dead. And then it dawned on me that this is a parody of the old G.I. Joe commercials, because the girl was like, fuck you, SHIVA Force. Here, I'll show you a clip, but you're going to have to go watch the full thing on Skybound's site. I'll leave a link down below to get that part with the girl. It's funny, though.
SHIVA Force! Featuring SHIVA the Tiger! And her friends, Rick Grimes, the Commander, Michonne, the Samurai, and SHIVA's most trusted advisor, Ezekiel, the Sensei! Get your 4-pack set exclusively at San Diego Comic-Con. And finish your collection with Jesus, only in the latest Megabox. Awesome!
So that's the commercial, and as you see in the very beginning, I thought this was just BS. I didn't know this was promoting real figures. I thought this was a funny promotion just for The Walking Dead, and it wasn't real figures because it seemed so odd. Now, I think this set would have been a lot better, or received a lot better in the fan base, if they would have included either a new figure alongside the set as an additional option. Like, look, we have this silly crossover, this fun silly crossover, but don't worry, we didn't forget about the original collectors, because keep in mind, this is a group of collectors who have been collecting and then supporting, and then things started changing, and some of it feels like you're jumping through hoops. So you're seeing a little bit of anger from that group who just wants to buy it. They just want to buy the damn thing, plain and simple. And I do know with variants in stores, either with comics and collectibles, some things get a little out of hand when it comes to that. But limited runs, you know, this place is the one place you got to get it at, either online or in person. Yeah, sure. But I think some things can be fixed by simple little tweaks, like the Jesus figure, for example. I think Skybound truly needs to give fans the option, if they want to throw the money at you, give them the option to buy 2 boxes and definitely get different figures. Get the color and then get the bloodied version. I think that is incredibly fair. If you're going to buy 1, let it be random. If you're going to buy 2, give them what they want so they can continue to be a completist collector. If you're worried about getting Jesus and you don't want the blind box, absolutely don't want the blind box. I will say right now, the t-shirts in the blind box, they are freaking incredible. I love the 2 t-shirts they sent in blind box number 1 and 2. They are great quality, absolutely 100% fantastic. Sure, the image on the Savior one, it's just, you know, ping pong paddles. I think that was a real letdown. It should have just been a picture of Negan. I mean, screw it. But the quality alone, it's one of my favorite shirts. Now with this Jesus, if you want to just grab him, I think it's going to be easy on eBay afterwards because Negan is a huge seller, and the only thing going up in price is the blood splatter one, which I think is funny because I heard that was 50-50, so it's not really rare. You know what I mean? But everyone treats it rare, so correct me if I'm wrong, it might be rare, but I'm almost positive they said right in the video it's 50-50. So you might be able to find him for half the price of the blind box, because this is another complaint I'm seeing in the fan base. Somebody wants to be a completist. They want this. They want the Jesus, but you're asking them to pay almost $400 for it. They could get a couple Hot Toys for that price. First off, the 2 boxes, that's $200 plus shipping for the color and then the blood splatter. And then if they want Jesus, if you guarantee they get one of each, and they only buy 2 boxes, and that's the best bet, it'll be what, $60 a box, so it's $120 plus the $200 plus shipping. So let's say $320. We won't even count the shipping. Let's say $320 for the SHIVA Force set with 2 versions. That's a lot of money. Now, that's not quite $400. Shipping would only be, let's say, $10 at the worst. So yeah, I overestimated there. It's nowhere near $400, but still it's over $300 now we're talking. So I definitely understand some of the complaints. I know there's a lot of fans going, what the hell were they thinking? It's, you know, G.I. Joe. This has nothing to do with The Walking Dead whatsoever. I personally think this was a boardroom meeting. Like the heads on spikes right from the comic book, that's a passionate, that's organic. I can see a fan coming up with that. A fan did come up with that. But when it comes to the SHIVA Force and the G.I. Joe, I see this as a business decision in a boardroom rather than something organic. Correct me if I'm wrong. There might be connective tissue that I don't know about, but this is what I see. Okay, G.I. Joe, especially collectors, that's popular. That's always going to be popular. Retro, Star Wars is doing the retro. That seems to make a lot more sense, though, because that's old retro from Star Wars. Anyway, so retro is in. G.I. Joe is hot. It's always going to be hot, especially for collectors. Do a retro G.I. Joe crossover with The Walking Dead, and boom. So it seems like an idea on paper that would sell. I just really feel like they should have released a SHIVA alone or a new figure like Maggie. We never got a Maggie. Comic Dale, Comic Tyrese, Kenny from Telltale The Walking Dead. Any figure, pretty much, a new one, to kill the rumors that the comic line is done, because that's all you hear now. We only get repaints. The comic line is done. I think business-wise, there's some little moves they can make that would really be perfection overall and win over a majority of the fan base. I could be totally wrong, though. I have looked into the Walking Dead collector Facebook group, and these guys are nuts when it comes to collecting the Walking Dead figures. They do not play, and there's like, what, 7,000 or 8,000 members, and they broke the poll system when they voted for this or against this. Maybe this is something that I see or you guys see all the time on Facebook, but I've never seen it. It went and did the infinity circle for the poll. So you guys leave me your thoughts and opinions about this set. I think this set has a lot of potential to be pretty cool in person. Michonne might be pretty cool. You get a SHIVA for the first time and she's articulated. That is awesome. However, if the paint is not on point, there is strong potential for this to look silly as hell in person, and I think that's one of my biggest worries. That Rick specifically, if that paint ain't on point, that might look pretty bad in person. And the price tag, I will disagree with the price tag. The San Diego, or not San Diego, the Skybound exclusives are $25 a pop per figure, but you get a newly sculpted figure. It's brand new sculpt and paint and all that. This is an old sculpt, and you're still getting, if you break it down, it's $25 per figure. And one of the figures is a regular, you know, it's a regular figure released in stores that was only $15 or $14.99. So you're getting the 4 figures out of the 5 here that are all redone sculpts, just repainted. I feel like that $100 is just pushing it. Maybe that goes into the box. The box is gorgeous. I think the artwork is wonderful. Like I said, if they sold a poster, I would take that in a heartbeat. However, the figures, I think something like you know, 65 or 75. I think that is a way more reasonable price. I don't get the numbers though. Maybe the only way they can do it is $100. But for that price, they should have just done issue 75, the alien version of the characters. The Rick, the Michonne, the Governor. Right there is 3. They could have thrown in SHIVA for the shit of it. Fans don't care as long as they get a SHIVA. But, you know, fans of The Walking Dead will know of the comic. You'll know what I mean about the end story for issue 75. Anyway, I don't like to ramble on forever about the collectibles. When it comes to collectibles, I thought it would be fun to chit-chat here and there on this channel, but at the end of the day, I just want something cool to go on the shelf. I don't want to sit here and bicker and bitch and whatever. But you guys let me know thoughts and opinions. I am personally not going to go ahead and grab this. There's other things I would like to do, so I'm kind of stepping away from the Walking Dead comic collectibles for the moment until something epic and new. Like if they released a new figure, I'll be all over that, and I definitely will review it for the channel. For the moment, though, this is not something that was directed towards a collector like me, even though I grew up with the G.I. Joe. The crossover part, if I see it in person and it's like, oh my god, this thing is super cool, I might change my mind. But at a distance, I have my doubts. Thoughts and opinions in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.
Subscribe now.